Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2022 as we continue our worst to first run here with Williams Racing. We've got 3 races left of the season, and as of the time that I'm recording this, we finally got a big major update. It actually came out a couple days ago, probably. But again, as I've told before, I do pre-record these just because of the holidays coming up. I'm going to be taking some time off, and I don't want you guys to have any gaps in videos. So, unfortunately, I have not been able to get to it. By the time that you see this one, it'll be like 2 weeks past the patch going out. So there will be several episodes before this that will not have had the patch applied. But the patch does finally allow us to unlap during the situations where you would expect to be able to unlap. So that's pretty good. We got killed. We got, you know, kind of hurt by that earlier in the season. There's also been some aerodynamics changes. DRS is a little bit less strong, whereas slipstreaming and dirty air are stronger. There's actually in the settings an option to change that back to the original if you want the DRS to be higher performance. But we're going to go ahead and go with the recommended just to see how that goes. There's a few other changes. Weather should be more accurate. I think I saw a fix for that. So we will see. Some things that we definitely suffered from have been fixed, which is really, really good to see. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of improvement that makes for our experience. But so far, I've still had fun, even with some of the issues that we talked about. The unlapping thing did not come up. Only came up once, really, that I can think of. So it's still good to have. But thankfully, like I said, I've been having a lot of fun, even with the, I guess you could call them bugs in the game up until now. All right, we got a point for Doohan here. Sure, we're going to keep working on his smoothness, I think. And that will be fine. What's your aggression, sir? Your aggression's high too, so I don't know that you'd be that much better than Doohan at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on you. We'll up you as we can, and maybe eventually we might decide to swap you out. 2 points here. I think we want to go with the underfloor. I'm going to keep going until I probably just max that one out, honestly. I think that would be good for us overall. We know the underfloor is extremely valuable for us. I think I was keeping these pretty even. We'll just keep that going there. And then, let's see, you are going for pit crew management, as well as are you. Okay. So I feel pretty good about all of that. Let's see here. Poor condition on the engine. We'll fix that here a bit. Gearbox poor condition. We'll fix that in a bit. We already got your points put in. ATR period ending soon. I don't think we have a way to finish up the rest of the hours, did we? I think we somehow, something mathed out wrong or something changed and we were not. Oh, because I think it was because it was going to math out properly, but I did not take into account the events for our sponsors that take time away from our engineers and things like that. So I think that might have been what pushed us over for that one. All right. So obviously Doohan finished first, got the victory. Really, really makes it hard to justify getting rid of Doohan. He has a lot of problems, but he also has come in first, you know, a few times. Let's see here. Can we see how many times? 3 race wins. 3 race wins, 5 podiums. And then compared to Theo, 1 race win, 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1 race win, 5 podiums. Did I look at that right? Yeah, 3 race wins, 5 podiums. So they've had the same number of podiums, but he's had more wins. Can we see how many crashes he's had by any chance? I don't see that on here. No. But, I mean, come on. It's really hard to justify getting rid of him when he's a really good driver. Yes, he makes mistakes, and it's very frustrating when he makes mistakes. But he's a really, really good driver overall. How are our cars doing right now? We do need some extra parts, don't we? Let's see, what are we working on right now? Let's see all projects. Just this stuff. See, this is going to come up in 12 days, which is going to be after our ATR period, which is ending in 7 days. So, very unfortunate to miss out on some hours. I'll be less tight with those going forward. I'll make sure there's still a little bit of a buffer there. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We will live. We'll move on. But I do want to I mean, I know we've only got a couple races left, so maybe I don't really need to make these parts. maybe I can get by without it. Yeah, we'll go without it. We're gonna see if we can get by without doing that. All right. Well, then in that case, let's. Anything? Weather center is upgrading soon, which is good to see. With the fix, that'll hopefully make that even more, you know, accurate. But good to see that. Mexico Grand Prix. All right, so we're on the streak there. We do want to go ahead and plug this in. We will say that both drivers will be in the top. I was going to say the top 10. I'm not going to go crazy. Let's see. We do want to hit qualifying position of both drivers hitting in the top 10. I think that's still okay. And we will say both drivers reach Q3. Although I don't think we have both reached Q3 last race, to be fair. We'll go with it. Anything else we need to change? I don't think so. To the race weekend.
Music is in the air this weekend, but it's not mariachi.
Music is in the air.
It's going to be the roar of the engines and the cheers of the crowd. Formula One.
Alrighty. Raining on practice, but oh, and a little bit of light rain on Sunday potentially. We'll see how that comes into play. I really don't know at this point. I've been kind of going back and forth, changing my mind each time. I'm going to replace Theo. We're gonna put some faith into Doohan to ultimately be the guy that carries us over, at least for now, until further notice. Okay, so we do want to fit car parts. I mean, the engine's probably okay, even though it's. I mean, this is our brand new engine, isn't it? So that just got crashed up, which is really, really frustrating. But what are you gonna do? All right, so that one's gonna stay on there though for this practice. ARS, we'll go with that one. Gearbox, very frustrating, but we'll stick with the one we got on here. 11% is enough to get through practice at least. That's all good. At least your engine's good. I'd really like to avoid having to. I'm actually gonna put this ERS on. Avoid having to make any more parts for the rest of the season. All right, cool. That looks good. Mexico. All right. Setup. Looks like we're at a 6.5, 13, 2 to 8, 3.5, and a 0.5. Good. Everything looks good there. All right, looks good there. Let's go. Alrighty. Get your full 500 points, which is really all we really care about. All right, parts are still at least usable. Okay, so we're at 86%. So you went to 7.5, 13.5, 3 to 7, 3.05. Wow, that's a big change. And 0, another big change. Wow. You did get a great, 2 goods, and 2 greats. All right, we're going to try 6.5. We're going to try 13.5 is fine, 3.7, 3.3, and 0.05. Small change there. All right, car number 2 was at 6, 13, 3.7, 3.5 stayed, and a 0. And that got you a great, 2 goods, a great, and an optimal. Nice. All right, we go to 6, 13, 3.7, 3.35. Small change there. and 0. So yeah, that's literally it. All right, looks good. All right, 97.98. Okay, that's that'll do. I mean, we'll make another change just to say because we've got the time, but that's definitely good enough. All right, you ended up on a 7, 13.5, 3.7, 3.25, and a 0. And that got you a great. Where we, yeah, okay. I thought we had no optimal on that one. We did not. Great, and 4 optimals. All right, teeny tiny change. 6.5. Actually, 3 of these do change, but I don't think it's going to change much. It's literally just changing that over to ever so slightly. All right, you ended up on a 5.5, 13.37, 3.4, and a 0.1. And that got you an optimal, great, and 3 optimals. Still a handful of setups left to knock in this last little bit, but go with that. And practice 3. Right, so we did miss the point there, as we expect, because of the track acclimatization. Sure, that word that I can never say. Okay, so let's get into the actual stuff here. I mean, I'm pretty sure Theo is going to have some issues with the last couple races because we just still don't have those nice parts. I mean, I suppose we could spend the money and get a nice part just to try and get us through something here at the end here. I mean, it would really just be the engine primarily, right? Like the other ones are, well, no, the gearbox too. So, such a shame to lose that. No, you know what? I'm not going to go for it. I'm just going to... We're in a good place. We're not going to catch the guys in front of us, and I think we're good enough place that the guys behind us are not going to catch us either. So I don't know if there's really much value in us making big changes to our cars from this point forward, other than just for fun. At this, you know, really. All right, start qualifying. May mean Theo drops out of the top 10, which is what it is. He's not even. I mean, neither one of them's going to be in the top 10. Wow. How are these guys this fast compared to us right now? Especially Doohan. He's got really nice parts. Wow. I'm guessing some of the changes with the patch change something in a bigger way that's related to, you know, how our cars are set up. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's fine. We did lose some sponsor money, but I'm not super stressed about that. All right, let's go back. What are our... what I'm looking for, circuit info. Sorry, my brain is not all there to get... Okay, there we go. Three DRS zones. Well, technically, sort of two. 2 trigger zones. And 3 total zones. So 2 over here actually triggers for both both of those long stretches. That's a very important one for us to gain advantage of. Although again, DRS is a little bit less important now, but it's still going to be presumably, you know, something, right? Pretty big change between soft and hard. So if we have an opportunity to use softs, we might go that route. Looks like it could be a soft hard or hard soft type of thing. I was gonna say we could get by with soft hards. I thought we could. They're saying, really, how is that much faster to go medium, hard, medium? It's just because of the wear on it. I feel like extra pit stop is just crazy though. Honestly though, if we're gonna get water on the tracks, which we are, it does not matter. In fact, we should start on softs. So ignore what I just said. We're just gonna start on softs, and we're not even gonna put any strategy in because there's no point. Well, okay, no, there is a point. Because what if we could sort of set this up the way we want it to be, based on the weather? Most likely we'll get into wets, so until the very end, and then we'll go back to probably inters. I'm going to say wets till about lap 50 and then inters for the rest. We're just going to plug that strategy in. It's not going to be, it's going to change. Obviously, we have to be flexible. But I just kind of wanted to get something plugged in here. And then we'll kind of go from there. Something like that. And then you're probably going to come on probably around lap 10. Really early. So that means we can really push these softs as hard as we possibly can. Something like that. It's going to be fine. So 10 and 50 I think it was. So we'll just do the exact same strategy for Oliver. There's no reason to change this. Again, we're not going to stick with this, but I wanted to plug something to just kind of get a little bit of numbers. The biggest number being that softs on the front. All right, cool. Go with that. That all looks good. At least until the rain comes, we will go pretty crazy, at least for the first lap, and then we'll... Actually, honestly, we'll probably keep the pace and the fuel loosens up the entire way, because I think we'll have to back off once the rain comes, most likely. Alrighty, let's go.
Quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup. This is it. Here we go with the Mexican Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Just watch Doohan. He's a little bit further up. Come on, guys. Let's have a good run here. Good move there. Dip a couple spots. We're the only ones on softs. Just about. So yeah, I mean, if the rain doesn't come, if our weather forecast is completely inaccurate, yeah, we're gonna be in trouble. But as long as the rain comes, we're in a good place for this. Doing making some moves.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
All right, we got DRS coming up. We'll get one over here if we can just stay this close. Theo's not doing super great, but I mean, we expected that, right? Because of his engines and stuff. To really kind of put it all into Doohan to see what he can do. Now, they did reduce the performance of DRS overall, but I think I read a patch note that said that they increased the effect that DRS improvements on your car make. So if you're like top of the top for DRS improvements on your car, then there's a good chance that could still make you better compared to everybody else, right? Quite a bit better, or more better than it was before, I should say, if I'm getting my words right. All right, so I think rain's gonna start coming here soon. We're at 0.8 millimeters. Still considered dry. We'll get a DRS here. Bunch of people pitting now. Wow. A little surprised they're pitting this early. Like, I know it's coming, but it's not here yet. Maybe I shouldn't be pushing this hard with any water on the track. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like those guys pit too early. Because one thing I think we're going to have to go into wets. But also, don't think we're quite there yet. In fact, let me get my head out of the way, sorry. We're at 0.8 millimeters. Okay, everybody's pitting. I mean, I get that they are expecting some things to happen here very, very soon. But, okay. Okay, now, okay, so maybe we should have pit a smidge early. So we're damp. We're going to go ahead and go down to standard. We're going to go ahead and down to balanced. I don't want to go crazy here. Unfortunately, our guys are pretty close together, but 5 seconds is... yeah, we should be able to get through the pit in that time. So we do want to go ahead and pit them both. But what are we going to pit them for? This light rain's going to continue for a bit longer. But I think it's going to be enough that's going to get wet. Forecast accuracy is 80% right now. It's just frustrating. I'm going to go ahead and go for... Well, they're expecting damp in 5 minutes and 9 minutes. So that tells me inners. All right, we got a little bit of time left. Let's run a little bit further here. See how much this goes up. I mean, our pit window's coming up anyway. Okay, we got it. We got a pit. Okay, well, at the very least, here's what's going to go on. Nobody else came out for wets. If we come in for inners, and if everybody else has to pit, we lose the advantage if we were to predict properly, but I don't think we're going to be any worse off than them because then they'd have to pit for wets as well. So I think pitting for inners is the right move at this point in time. And we will double pit because they're far enough apart. Should not matter. Okay. That's my plan. I don't know how much time we lost going out a little bit of an extra time without inners. Guess we'll find out here in a second. A lot more than I expected. A lot more than I expected. I'm actually really surprised that it lost us that much time. It was only like half a lap on the wrong tires. And these guys were on the wrong tires for like a lap or two. It's really weird. Because I think we will be changing out these inners, I am going to keep pushing the tires for now. Alright, starting to dry up a little bit.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Still drying up, but interesting. Higher chance of rain here in a few minutes, though.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
It's starting to dry back up again. Really just not getting... It's going to be wet in 2 minutes, it says. I really felt like we did the strategy fine, though. We pit one as soon as it got damp. As soon as we... Again, if I'd pit one lap earlier... Like, how did I lose 20 seconds by not pitting a lap earlier? Like, again, I felt like they came out too early. Maybe the... Maybe the difference at 0.8 millimeters with inners is smaller than 1.8 millimeters with... softs, right? So Leclerc crashed. So maybe the so maybe that's what it is. It was unoptimal for them to be on the inners, but not as suboptimal, I guess is probably the word I'm looking for, as it was for me to be on the softs. That's probably what it was. Well, the track hasn't gotten wet. That's unexpected. Truth be told, if the track's not going to get wet at this level, then we're probably going to want to... I mean, we're going to have to pit anyway, so maybe keep pushing the tires is fine. Poor Theo.
Let's take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here.
I didn't crash, did I?
They
No.
spun the car.
Just spun.
What a disaster.
Oh, did those other guys crash into me?
That's going to...
No, we're still good. I mean, it spun, and we lost some time, but we're still good. Just noticed that the highlight for our car happened automatically, which I appreciate, actually. Alright, well, if we're going to potentially spin, I'm going to drop off the tires just a smidge. It's not going to be a good race for us, it looks like. And again, I'm not sure if that's just bad other things or if it is things from the patch that are making kind of how we've got things set up not as good. If we hadn't spun out, I think we would have caught the cars in front of us. I mean, we still may catch them at the rate we're going. It is drying up big time. I mean, if other people pit, we probably will pit. But if they don't, I'm not going to stress it. Because he's going to come back again, right? So... Actually, it's just barely blipped, and then it's back up again. Well, Theo caught up with 19th place at least. Although without DRS, I'm not sure how much that helps him. I guess slipstreaming. Yeah, we talked about that. The slipstream is better now. So, although of course the dirty air as well is more impactful. So pros and cons. Starting to drop a little bit, but we expect it to continue to go up here in a bit. Kind of down to sub 6 seconds, and the weather comes back up again. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and speed up a little bit until at least Doohan potentially catches up, if he ends up catching up. I get wet again. Actually, he's starting to slow off now. Can you get it under 5? Up to 2.3 millimeters. Got it under 5 for a second there. And it starts drying back up again. We expect it to stay in this place for a while. I don't know if it's going to get dry enough down here to go back to slicks. I have my doubts that it will. So I think it will be inners for the rest of the race. It is interesting that this was still inter territory. So that tells me that they changed how this chart is looking, basically. I mean, wets has to be way up here somewhere. I mean, kind of interesting. I'll have to learn how to read this chart better now. Or again, I should say. Not that I really understood how to read it before, to be fair. But, you know, I thought we were sort of starting to figure it out a little bit. Under 4 seconds now. Theo still just last place. Just doesn't have the speed. Oh, we must have spun out. Oh, lockup. Okay. All right, there comes the wet again. Is it going to slow up? It does look like it's going to slow up. So it doesn't look like we're going to get to 4 millimeters.
Like we've had a spin.
All right, Doohan did catch up with the Aston Martin guys. All right, if we're going to do double enters, we do need to plan our pit strategy. See what's a good time to do that. We're going to stay on pretty aggressive here. Let's look like we can do both, though. So maybe we do need to back off again. I think we will. All right, something like that. We'll go back to normal. Do that. Oh, no. Select it. There we go. So that's your strategy, and then same thing for you. You do need to slow back down as well. Something like that. Cool. All right, so we got our two strategies plugged in. I'm okay with those. So we do need to go back down to just standard for the rest of the race, which is fine. It's going to be a little bit safer probably. And we'll go with that. I suspect our tire tread is quite a bit lower than everybody else's. It is, but honestly, without pushing, would we have caught back up with them? Don't know. Don't know that we're going to get back in the top 10, which would give us the point for the fastest lap, which we probably will maintain because of the wet track for the rest of the race. It's a bit unfortunate, but you never know. We'll see. Anything could happen.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
Presumably we will pit before these guys, which does mean we'll come out on fresh tires before them. I assume they will all have to pit as well, though. So we'll see if we can gain some ground there. Do a little bit of undercutting, maybe. Pitting on lap 40. All right. Not really much to see here. We're going to go ahead and speed back up here for this bit. All right, we are officially in our pit window. Any changes here that we need to worry about? I mean, it's going to dry back up, but it's still going to be wet, so it's hard to tell. All right, go ahead and harvest for a bit here. We'll go ahead and go on attack there. Same thing for you, harvest and attack. Alright, so you need to pit. Do we want to go ahead and pit? I think we will go ahead and pit. All right, let's go ahead and push. We're going to go ahead and deploy and see if we can get anything back here.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Keep going for a little bit longer here.
And a new position.
All right, we're going to go neutral there. And we're going to go back down to balanced and standard.
Was that a lockup on the track?
All right, let's see if this gets us anything. Still got a long ways to go to catch back up with Aston Martin. But if we catch back up with them before they pit, then we're way ahead of them in the long run. Get past Alfa Romeo first. There we go. Yeah, Aston Martin's got a pit, so yeah, this is actually a pretty good position for us. We're gonna be able to jump past a couple of these guys, I think, for sure. Now they'll come back out on better tires than us at some point, but hopefully by then the damage is done and there's not much they can do. Even better if we can catch back up with them completely, right? I mean, that would be amazing. Almost dried back up again, but still not quite. So that's still enter time. I'm not even worried about Theo at all. It's really just a Doohan here at this point. He has almost caught them. He's officially caught them, yeah. Wow. That's pretty incredible. Again, they're about to come out on some very fresh tires, though, so how much damage is that all going to do? Are we going to be okay? We're going to be okay. Pushing that a little bit extra that we did. About up to 9th. A proper 8th pass there. That was good. He goes up to 17th, flirting with 8th, 9th, but again, these guys still need to pit, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 guys still need to pit. We might be able to sneak into top 5, maybe. Now, there might be some guys that come and catch back up with us on the, from behind because of their better tires at this point. We shall see. And we did push the fuel a lot, so maybe, we're getting an official safety car. This actually might be to our negative because we were in a good position just to get 5th anyway because of pits. Now these guys are going to come out on fresh tires and be right behind us. This is actually bad for us. You might have to really cut back on the fuel.
Sounds like there's been contact.
Yeah, it's a safety car. Positive on the delta.
I mean, we could still just come out on some really, really fresh tires, but it's not crazy. Our tires are fresh enough to make it to the end of the race. Any reason to believe that we would need to come out on slicks? No, I mean, it's going to, even if it dries up for temporarily, it's going to get back up again. Yes, would I like better tires? For sure. Don't think it's worth pitting right now. Could be wrong. This could be a mistake.
Sounds like someone's gone wide there.
So we're in top 5 where we expect to be, but the problem here is that several of these guys here with fresher tires are now going to be able to catch us for sure, right? Because of the safety car. So that is a huge, huge loss for us. We're going to catch the safety car before it goes in. Yeah. Yep. I think we were already in conserving stuff, but I'm just going to do it just to be safe. Good news is that we're fine on fuel now, so that problem solved. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be as fast as these other guys. I think this safety car really is going to hurt us. Well, I think we're going to be lucky to stay top 10 now. Ah, look, a little unlapping. In this turn, in this lap. Slow down to 1. No, we got one more lap, right? Here comes the drier weather temporarily, I think. Well, maybe not. Still 70% chance of rain in 4 minutes. Alright, so there's a safety car starting to come in a little bit, or push up a little bit. Alright, we're going to go ahead and be aggressive. Actually, overtake is probably better than deploy at this point. Be a little bit smart with it. All right, Duane, let's see what you got, buddy.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
If we can stay top 5, I'd be very happy. I'm not sure. Oh, there's... Okay. I'm a little shocked that we were able to do that. Now, we can't stay hard, obviously, the entire race, right? We gotta... I'm only doing it for, like, maybe this first lap here. I'm just gonna drop down to medium, though. We're gonna kind of taper this off a little bit. Because if we burn our tires too much, then we end up having no advantage at all. If any advantage we have at all, you know, right now, I don't know that we have an advantage, to be fair, with these guys having better tires. Although, again, inners and wets typically don't wear off quite as much. Can we see that? Ports, circuit info. Where's it? We don't see it there. But I think they're more in this range than anything. So being at 67% versus their, 90% is not as big of a difference. Honestly, I may stay on this medium for now. Or whatever it is. Aggressive. Okay. Go, 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 go. Do we got any speed here? We don't have enough there. Nothing left in the tank. I mean, we had enough here to stay neutral, but we don't have enough to go overtake. Now, I could go back to harvest for this and try to get some overtakes that way. It might be the way I move. Let's try it. Let's see. If we start falling back too much, then I will change that. And we don't have to worry about DRS, so it's not like we're falling back a second. It's not going to hurt us with regards to that. course, we do start to lose the slipstream. I'm not sure how much does the air slipstreaming and aerodynamics come into play when there's like wet weather and stuff like that. If we can stay fourth, I'd be very happy. I would call that a pretty big win. Mercedes on our tail is pretty close, though. Don't think we're catching back up with these guys in front of us, though. I think they're just a bit too far out of our reach. A little bit more harvesting for a second. Maybe we could do a full deploy and see if that gets us anything. I don't think we're going to catch 3 seconds. No, it's too far. Theo's just kind of doing Theo things at this point.
I think there's been a lock-up.
Oh, Theo locked up there. Lost a spot, unfortunately.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
So we're definitely not fending off or catching the guys in front of us. So what we need to do is we just need to fend off the guys behind us. Can we fend them off here? Just need just enough in the ERS to hold them off here. Because we're going to go attack here. Just try and... I mean, it's risky, but it gives us maybe a little bit better chance of fending them off. Honestly, I think we're fine at this point. Yep. Fourth place, not bad. I did say top 5 until the crash that got the yellow flag. So we actually did move up a spot from where we ended that, or entered that, I should say, which I was worried we would drop out, actually. So the wear on the tires did not make as much of a negative impact as I had feared. And in fact, we did gain a spot. So... not too bad. Honestly, all things considered, I think this was actually a really, really positive result for us overall. Obviously, podiums would be nice, but getting the extra point because of the fastest lap. Theo didn't get anything, but that's okay. We kind of expect that with his not great car parts right now, and we're kind of accepting that because we've got enough of a gap here over Mercedes that I think we don't need to be able to do well here. Save ourselves a little bit of money and trouble. All right, well, there we go, guys. Another race in the books. 2 to go. Hopefully we can finish out in 3rd place. That would be amazing. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.